Hey, 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 hey,
We
hey.
shooting them up. We shooting them up. Yo, you already
Oh,
know who it is. It's the one half of the dynamic duo, the one that your girl called Mr. Baja Panti, because when I come through, she's always throwing her panties at me. It's your boy Prophet Pete. You heard?
and of course, it's me, your boy. She lets me splash in the mouth like a kiddie pool. Shawn recognize. What's up, world?
Yeah. Yo, we in the building, yo. It's about to be one of those days. I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's kind of warm outside.
Yeah, it's very, very mild, if you will.
Right. Going from 20-degree, 30-degree weather to waking up and it's as warm as it is. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, that climate change shit they talking about, the
yeah,
greenhouse effect, and all of that.
yeah, it happens very, very quick.
Yeah, man. So get your get lost. But you know what? The
Yo,
polar caps are melting.
I,
Yep, yep, yep.
I can't even, you chopping a bag right now.
Oh, you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, hey,
You hear me now? Am I all right? Am I good?
yeah, you good.
Okay. Scared. It had me scared there for a second.
You remember back in the days, what was it, Hedron or something like that? That fucking
Yeah,
commercial was
yeah.
a commercial. That's what was going on
He
just
had
a second.
he had a TV show for a little while there. That's how big he got.
Yo, commercials could really break you into to some shit, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, all you really got to do is what they say: you get your 15 minutes of fame, and you know what I'm saying. If people can lock in with you that first time, then you develop a fan base. It's a wrap. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yo, and you know what I realized? And I don't know if it's the fact that, just understanding, especially over this COVID time, that the world is a lot smaller than what we expect it to be. And then there's more than enough people in this world that if you target your core fan base, you can be successful, be relevant, and all that if you just stick to that. Everybody tries to please the world and want to be in every household.
Right. Right.
But during the COVID, it was like, oh, there's X amount of people in the United States. There's this many people. X amount of people have COVID. This many people died. I'm sitting there adding up the numbers. I'm like, dang. And then there's a trillion this and that and this, that, and the third. Go platinum. All you need to do is touch 1 million people. It's
Mm,
not even 1/10 of the freaking population in the world.
right. Right. Right.
So stop trying to please everybody. Please those that rock with you.
Yeah. That's it, man. Rock with those that rock with you. It's simple. Simple. Don't be a yes man, and don't be so quick to let everybody in. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I got brown water in my cup. This is brown water. It's the new Poland Spring, brown edition.
The brown edition,
The brown edition.
water edition.
Yeah, man. But we out here, man. We here. Got a lot of things to talk about this week. Got a dope guest.
Guys,
And
guess this dope interview later on.
yo, Rec, somebody saying what's up.
What up, Red Fellas? AK, my man, AK VA, Big A, holding it down.
Yeah, man. But got dope guests in the building. Definitely someone that's worked with some of the well-known people in the industry, and we're gonna talk about this music, man. So shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan. Shout out to just the W and everything that's under that umbrella, man, because it's gonna be dope. So make sure you tune in. You stay tuned in. Not only just tune in, stay tuned in now, and we're gonna get there. And we're gonna talk about it. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about because there's all this stuff going on in the news.
Oh man, is it? Is it? So I was telling you earlier. they were thinking about. Well, not thinking about. It's really, you know, it's about pre-production right now. They're talking about doing the House Party movie over again, a reboot of that. They're gonna get the original, like some of the original, um, the writers and the directors and the people that were involved with the first one, and try to get them to, you know, like, I guess executive produce, not maybe not even executive producer, but kind of like be advisors to the people that are doing the reboot. That
Well, I hope by them doing that, they don't mess it up
yeah,
and they keep it. Not, I'm not saying they gotta make the movie and just basically change the characters and redo it. We had the reboot. Basically, we had Coming to America too, so that's kind of like a reboot because it was over 30 years. But I appreciated Coming to America too because they brought in a lot of the original cast, if not all. It was just about everybody. They
yeah,
had
and
it
added some people too.
and added some people.
Yeah,
And watching that, I was able to. It was good to see how 30 years later, all those wonderful black entertainers look so great.
getting
I
money.
don't know what the fuck Eddie Murphy takes,
Yeah.
but he don't look like he aged the fucking day. Like,
They got the makeup on and everything, and of course, Arsenio Hall are like, yeah, he like young as hell too. And I was thinking to myself, I know damn well both of these motherfuckers don't look that young. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That makeup, that good Hollywood makeup.
yeah. But where they jacked up, there was one sequel that they did that I think they jacked up with, and it was How High. Right, we had How High and then How High 2 that
Right,
came out years later.
right.
Definitely nothing like I don't. Well, you put people in there, you trying to compare, them to Red and Meth, and it just
Exactly. You automatically. That's what you got to do. But see, that's the problem. Certain movies should be left alone, man, because you're not gonna. Number one, you're not gonna live up to the original. That's number one. I don't care how fire it is. The best thing that anybody is gonna say is that shit was just as good as, you know what I'm saying. But they're never gonna say, yo, that shit was better than the original. Such and such. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be just as good or less. So you gotta you gotta you gotta try and be original, man. Just like Gold said, you know what I'm saying? Be your own man and, and do your own thing. Don't sound. I don't want nobody sounding like me on no album. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's what he said. So you got to keep it like that with certain classics, man. And that just might be one of them, man. Because I don't know how you gonna top that. I mean, because that was a moment. That first house party was a moment.
Yo, it
You know
sure
what I
look.
mean? It was a moment in hip hop. It was a moment in Kid and Play's career. You know what I'm saying? They was going Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Getting their feet wet in the movie industry and shit like that, which a lot of rappers weren't doing at that time. You feel me? Some were, but not a whole lot. Not like now. You know what I mean? So that was a big deal, man. So to rekindle that fire and recapture that magic by getting some of the original writers and people that were involved with the making of it is a good move. But like you said, are they going to be able to reach? Are they going to be able to do it? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Are they going to be able? Obviously, we're not going to have the same Kid and Play. They're going to throw them in the movie. I'm sure they're going to be in there
right.
somewhere.
Somehow it might be the parents or something.
They could
Or,
be,
or,
they could be the mechanic at the fucking the auto shop or some shit, or the dude behind the stand at the ice cream parlor or some shit. One of them is going to, you see Kid come out, hey, giving them a tone or some shit, But I don't know, man. I'm not saying it can't be lit, but I don't know if it's gonna be it. You know what I mean?
yeah, and there was a lot of key things, because remember, Kid was running from that bully the whole freaking
Yeah, yeah, full force. We're gonna
right.
kick the fuck this.
What he said? I smell.
I smell the pussy. Yeah, yeah. That shit was
There was just so many of those elements that you just like, yo, how do you compete with that?
how do you no? How do you recreate that?
Right.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? That was oh my god, shit is funny to this day when you watch it.
Yo, it's like every time he would run up on him, like he would start rhyming about something. He was like, I forgot the whole thing. He was like running around town like a whatever,
Oh
and yo, and he got him. They
yeah.
basically
Wherever
got him
you go, we smell you like gas. He's a weekend and keep
the
you
king.
fucking gas. Oh man, see that's what I'm saying, B. You got it went, and then if they try to find somebody to imitate them, you know what I mean? It comes off as cheesy, man. You know what I mean? Certain
And
things you're not
the
gonna
dialogue,
exactly. You're not gonna be able to recapture that
right?
again.
Because
You're gonna have to make another moment that's funny like that, that's fire like that, but you're not gonna be able to get that one. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I don't know
yeah,
what sense in that, but
but yeah, it's definitely. I think I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to what
I
the
definitely would like to see it. No lie about that. I'm not, that goes without saying. I would definitely, I'd be interested to see, but I would be, of course, I would be biased because I remember the original and I was there, and I'm gonna be critical. I'm gonna be very, very critical. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna give it a chance, but I'm gonna be very critical. I will, you know what I mean? And I don't want to over critique the shit because they're already trying to do the impossible.
yeah.
You know?
They need to bring, but they need to make sure they bring back a lot of the even the female actors that were there because a lot of them to this day they're still in the entertainment industry doing what they do,
Yeah,
and it
well,
was
they're gonna bring the girls back, like Tisha and I forget the other female's name, but she did some acting things later on too after that movie. As a matter of fact, a few things I saw her in a few like joints. Like, damn, that's homegirl from House Party.
part of yeah.
Yeah, she was getting her acting thing on. But yeah, it could be it could be dope. It could be dope if it's done right. Let's just hope that they just don't yuck it up too much, man. Because I heard a lot of people didn't like Coming to America too.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the demographics and who they was actually speaking to,
Uh,
because you know the younger the younger crowd would have probably expected something different.
hmm
The older crowd was like, "Yo," it was like me. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, "Yo, it's good to see all these people again." They
Yeah.
they refreshed your memory just in case you haven't seen Coming to America in a while,
Right. Right.
and they like, "Yo, this is how this happened." Oh, the only thing about Coming to America I didn't like is one Coming to America too.
Uh,
There was no paternity test taken. Like you should like you don't even remember if you did it, and everybody else was like, "Yo, you got a baby out there," and it
yeah.
was like, "Well, if he cut the whiskers off the lion, he can be the prince."
Yeah.
Like that's all you gotta do. Like there ain't gonna be no blood test or no DNA. Like what's going on?
Just get the fucking whiskers. He could have came in there with some fucking lines. I got him.
Yeah, like it was a crazy thing, but it was still cool though. It was definitely cool, and mergings of families and things that could happen and all that. There was a lot of dope messages in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good for the culture. It was good. It
Yeah.
was good, man. I feel
Uh,
that. I feel that.
But speaking of, you know, movies and reboots and stuff like that, what's going on with Kanye and Netflix?
Yeah. Another one. He's done it again. I don't know. I guess the further he gets away from the white supremacy, the more his money finger starts to get a little better. So he's got a deal now with Netflix for 30 mil for a multi-part documentary series. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's probably going to be about 3 parts. I heard maybe 4. I'm sure he's got a lot to say, and if they're going to give him the platform, oh, he's definitely going to use it.
Oh,
And
of course.
it's supposedly um, over a 20-year period or 21-year period of his life. So we should be, we should be entertained quite a bit. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of his music in there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, unseen footage and all that type of shit. So yeah, man, he came for the bag. He got it.
Yo, and you know what? Being in the Kardashian household,
Yeah.
he probably he's taken a couple of plays out of their playbook.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know that.
That's he's like, I got kids with Kim. What's up? Like, yo, let me talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? There's probably some non-disclosures out there, so he'll find his way around it. He's a creative, so he's gonna find his way, and she'll probably sue him, and it'll be all right.
he
But
was he was soaking up that game at the dinner table.
for real.
But
So,
now
I,
Kim is officially been declared a billionaire herself now,
yo, you know,
according to Forbes.
and I gotta, in a way, I gotta give it to her.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to her because it's not like when people talk about Kim Kardashian, they're like she was a nobody. She's not a nobody. She was a you might have not have known about her, but she was one of those kids that came from wealth anyway. So it's like it's she just became more in the forefront because she was able to be out there the way she wanted to be, just like the Hilton sisters, right? Remember that we don't hear about them no more. Kim Kardashian is still in the news, but it was like Kim Kardashian, the Hilton sisters. There was a whole bunch of those where they came from multi-billion-dollar families. They came from wealth, and they was out there running around reckless, like they were really truly part of hip hop. Like they was just out there just doing shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we influence everybody, and everybody they hate us that because they ain't us because you know what I'm saying they want to be us.
And then she had Ray J.
Yeah, and that was it. Skyrocket.
That was it. It was over. It was a wrap.
So the shit was so crazy that motherfuckers stopped, didn't even give a fuck about Ray J no more.
No, like what?
That's how ill it got.
Right. That's how crazy it got for the situation, Ray J. And then, you know, they, I just gotta love the way the music industry is. And then later on, Ray J came out with the "I Hit It First" joint.
I hit it first, yeah, that was real tacky. That was tacky.
It is super tacky.
God,
But then,
yeah.
she slept with Nick. She slept with tons of.
I mean, come on, if we ran down the list, it would look like a Christmas list of Santa Claus. You know what I mean? So we ain't even got to do that.
He dropping off gifts, but she dropped off her gift.
Yeah,
Like,
for real. Brothers dropped it off. A lot of brothers dropped it off.
right.
A lot of slam dunked it. That whole family is. You know what I mean? It's no rumor. It's confirmed, sustained. You see it. You see it. Even the mama.
Right.
Even
the mama, even the daddy. The daddy
like,
probably
they like that dog meat at Thanksgiving. You feel me?
Yeah, but we look at it in a certain way. We look at it in a certain way, but based on your upbringing and stuff like that, people that are wealthy,
Mm-hmm.
right? People that come from a certain ethnic background, right? In a Black and Hispanic household, having sex for gain is
Mm-hmm.
like taboo. It's saving yourself for marriage, or I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. In our households, we don't talk about sex. Like we sitting there and like, no, you masturbate, your fucking hands are gonna fall off, or some shit like that, or whatever. Like, no, masturbate in the white culture, they said no, masturbate, it feels good, and then you can figure out what you could do with this shit. And they talk about these things at a young age, where for us it's very taboo. So for the Kardashians to be involved the way that they are and be very open and just out there, it's something that they was taught, right? Each one teach one kind of thing. So that just starts with them, and it's just a culture for them.
I think she saw opportunity. She jumped on it. You know what I mean? It's like the shit's gonna get out there anyway. I'm just gonna go ahead and you know what I'm saying, and make a deal. I mean, and she did that shit, and she just from that point on, this business. They already fucking started snapping back at Kylie because she's not a fucking billionaire. They said that she was falsifying documents and tax information and shit like that. So they already said that she wasn't officially a billionaire anymore. They took that from her, but Kim was worth like 780 mil in October. You know what I mean? Last year. So she made this year. She's a billionaire. I mean, she made over 300 mil.
Mm-hmm.
You know
And you know what's crazy about that whole thing, because even if we just like briefly just skim over a lot of things with Kim, like I remember that I can't remember the basketball player's name.
Uh-huh.
They were like married for like a whole 30 seconds.
Talking about I know you're talking about the white boy.
Right.
Uh
And
somebody gonna type it in. Somebody gonna send it in a second.
and that particular situation, you sitting there, you looking at it, paying attention to it. The wedding, what was it, like 17?
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Whatever it was ridiculous.
Right. It was definitely ridiculous. Definitely ridiculous. Yo.
Blake Griffin. Thank you. See? Told you.
Yeah,
we got to throw a check. We have to throw a check.
Already on the check in. Yo, right. We appreciate you. Yo, when we ask questions, we just gonna bring you all the way in.
We're just gonna ask Toya. That's gonna be the segment. We don't know. Ask Toya.
Right, that's it. Because she gonna find out. That was what? That was less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, but yeah, she was married to Blake for like 7 seconds, and then that was done. And she was. I'm not, I ain't trying to, spread no rumors around, but I heard the night before the wedding, she went to go check Reggie Bush real quick.
So when you
on a late night bachelorette type shit,
she's like, I ain't married yet.
I'm quite sure that phrase was uttered over the phone.
I know the ring was a ridiculous amount. The amount of gifts that were given was
shit was like Goodfellas. They was around the room coming with the envelopes and all of that shit.
Right. So it was one of those things. They was just dropping off envelopes, cash. You don't even gotta claim the shit. Like, it's crazy, but I definitely gotta love it. Definitely gotta love it. Oh, and we're not joking, by the way, because we will add you to this whole situation. Just saying, T. You can get added real quick. Just let me know. Just let us know when you with it, because you get a whole box for yourself. Just not the line on the bottom. But in all regards, shout out to Kim Kardashian for doing what she does and being who she is.
Shapewear line Skims, that's what it's called, Skims. Shapewear line worth 500 mil by itself. By itself. That's how she did it. She's smart, man. She comes with a makeup company, face cream, all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she keeps herself up. Sure, she got a glam squad. These are my products. This is same way her sister came out with a workout video, and that bitch went and got surgery and tried to tell everybody she got the body from working out, the shit she was doing in the workout video. But you went to see the plastic surgery. You went to see the same plastic surgery your sister uses. Come on.
Stand by it. Like, for real. Botox injections, all that.
Come on, man. They got that doc on speed dial. Anytime a cheek start drooping or anything, they get over here immediately and got a needle at the door.
The doctor's like a lawyer. They got him on retainer. They pay that motherfucker even if he don't do no work.
And listen.
Well, once they call him, he pop up.
Yeah, it's and
I want to say, this has been a wonderful week, right? Before we get into the next topic, definitely has been a wonderful week for me.
Yeah.
Had some things I had to show up to this week, and a couple of those joints got dismissed. So I'm like, yo, that's wonderful. I'm glad you You can't come for me no more. Thank you. I appreciate that. I told you you should have. You came for me. I told you I'm not the one you really want to come for. I done predicted that, you know, I'm prophet, but I'm the other prophet too. So I can foresee other shit that's about to happen. So, you know, yeah, like I'm super happy. Like when that went down, that was on my Monday.
Yeah.
Monday morning, I had to wait just for that. And and just seeing things, man. I've been focused, and for some reason or whatever it was, I watched a show called Undercover Billionaire, right? Billionaire dude, right? So somebody like Kim, somebody like a lot of the billionaires we talk about in hip hop. This dude, his yacht is just, I put it like this: his yacht has a helicopter. It got a heliport on the back of his yacht. That's how big his yacht is.
It's
right?
nuts.
Right?
Yeah.
Like ridiculous. And people would tell him he failed the fourth grade, he's dyslexic, all that stuff. Somebody told him what you did was a fluke. You can't do it again. The dude was like, yo, I could do it again. Give me $100, drop me anywhere in the United States of America. And I could create a business that is worth $1 million in 90 days. Bro, I watched it and I'm like, yo, that's the way he was grinding with that $100. Of course, the niggas used to eating filet mignon and doing all that, you know, chef cooking up food. He's eating cup of noodles out of the gas station, washing up in the gas station, brushing his teeth in the bathroom in the gas station, and all that. Trying to sleep. They gave him a truck, old dually pickup truck from like 1990 something, and he was sleeping in it with the camera crew and all that. But he was, when I tell you, the grind is serious because there was a lot of things that was going on that was really hitting home.
Must have been a real interesting smell up there up in there with the camera crew.
Right.
The ostrich nuts up in there.
Yo, but on some real shit, like it really touched me. And then there was points that when they would speak to him,
yeah,
and he's sitting in a warehouse space. But this warehouse space, I tell you, is almost identical to where I'm at right now today.
Right.
And it just opened up my eyes and was like, yo, do you even realize what you're seeing right now? You're seeing this for a reason. And if you thought you was down or now, you don't even realize that you could do it with $100 in your pocket. You could do it with less than $100 because when your back is up against the wall, yo, you're going to sit there, you're going to fight because you're not going to allow certain things to happen. You're not going to sit there and hit rock bottom. There's certain people that will just give up. But you're not one of them. So what you want to do?
That's true.
And that's just
can't just throw up your hands and say fuck it. You gotta get out there and get it.
Nah, I'm gonna throw a couple of slaps or a couple of haymakers or something. I'm catching something because I'm gonna hit something. I'm just not just gonna give up. Man. Right? Either you gonna get down or lay down. Right? That is that's one movie they could never remake. What was that? State Property? Is it State Property 1, 2?
Yeah, they made a part.
Yeah, you can never do that because you need Beanie in that shit. I'm sorry.
That's a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. It's like you can't recreate that magic with and call it a sequel and expect everybody to admire it the same way as they did the original. You know what I mean? They might respect it, yeah. Some people might even like it, but they get that same level of love and that magic that moment, man. It's just like a song. You know what I mean? An artist making a song. It's a moment in time, man, that they're sharing with the audience, the listener, in the case of a movie, the viewer. You know what I'm saying? And you rocking with it at that moment in time, and it's beautiful thing. But ask somebody to emulate that, you know what I mean, to copy it verbatim and make it happen again. Do it again. Do it again. You know, it ain't so easy, man. It ain't an easy thing to do, man. Some people, a lot of times, people fuck up the legacy by trying to do it, you know?
Yeah,
State property, too, should have been way better.
way better. It done went in the wrong direction. I'm like, yo,
Since you brought that up, it should have been way.
way better. Like,
Shout out to Nori, though. I fuck with Nori. Shout out to Nori.
yeah, but yo, so what else we got going on, man? Because I know that there's a lot of things.
So you heard about the Paul Pierce thing? I was telling you, he got released from ESPN. This is crazy. I don't mean to laugh at the bro, but he's good. He's tight. A viral Instagram live video showing exotic dances twerking in the background and scantily clad. So he was having a good time. Had a drink.
He was having
You know,
he was having a moment.
yeah, it looked like he was having a smoke. You know what I'm saying, enjoying himself, and they just said, "No, that ain't the kind of behavior that we want to advocate." So just they parted ways. They call it. When you got money, you parted ways. You know what I'm saying? When you broke, your ass is fired.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, yo, I am an individual that really has a very difficult time working for other people that put me under constraints. Like, yo, if you do this, you can't do that.
Right.
Like, we got this, yo. I work for the city. Worked for the city. Been there. Been in the educational field, and they're like, yo, what is it? Behavior unbecoming of a such and such employee.
Oh yeah, they'll hit you with that shit all day.
Right. So it's like,
most of us get that one. You feel me?
right. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Behavior unbecoming. Like, I'm being myself. But they actually want to control you outside of that 9 to 5 or that 8 to 4. They want to control you. There's certain things you can't do. You can't even get a second job without reporting it to them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then if you don't report it, they telling you, after we paid you for doing what you're doing, you need to tell us what other money you make.
Yeah.
I don't get it. That's don't even process with me.
And then let me hit you with the reality. You get a second job, and tax season come around, and the feds go, "Yeah, you're making more money this year. You owe us now." Bitch, what? The fuck are you talking about? Like, oh yeah, you got to throw us a little something because you done moved into another bracket. Ain't that a bitch?
But I know for sure, and this is through education and research and everything else, that the individuals that pay the most taxes in the United States of America is the middle class.
The middle class, and yeah, I was gonna say the people make the least amount of
Right?
money.
Because
They got them loopholes, and they got the people working for them on the inside, telling them what to do and how to move the money and put this over here and make this like that and LLC this and you know what I'm saying? They doing all of the tricks to the trade, man.
yeah, it's crazy because when you sit there and you rock with, and then the people that are considered poverty stricken, they get a lot of benefits and kickbacks because they don't make no money, right? So they're not making no money. The rich got all those loopholes, right? Like you said, LLCs, they doing this, they doing that. They could write off. They can invest money from their profits from that year into the next year and get a tax write-off because they said, oh shit, I got a surplus of 50, 60, $100,000. I don't want to get taxed on $100,000. Boom. I'm gonna say this is for research and development, R&D. Boom. Now that money ain't there. $0, 0 cents.
Yeah.
You can't tax me on money I don't have.
Yep.
Rich Dad Poor Dad put me on to that. The Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I will always promote that book. That is one book that put me on to so much.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh shit. corporations was only started so the kings and the queens could eliminate themselves from liability.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You could come for my fortune because my personal fortune got nothing to do with the
This
company.
company. Exactly.
And this company is only 3 sheets of paper. Like
Yep.
3 sheets of paper. It got its own social security number or EIN number or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it's the EIN number or the TIN number or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
if I say the company's bankrupt, you have access to $0 and 0 cents. While I'm
My
still
money.
holding on to what I was able to accumulate through the company, through salaries and through gifts and through bonuses. Wow, bro. Wow. But like you said, when you hit that particular tax bracket, there are people telling you what you need to do to make sure that you secure your bag and that nobody could touch that bag.
Right? You got accountants and lawyers, and you know what I'm saying. You got people on top of people that's guaranteed and you all they doing is thinking of other ways that you can keep your money.
Yeah.
Their job.
And the best way when they sit there and they give you that advice on how you keep your money, you're gonna pay them more.
Yep.
So
So
they're
that's what
giving you this,
that's what they're hoping. That's what they're hoping.
right? Well, yeah, unless you Donald Trump, because I was in AC with my pops last week. No, it wasn't last week. It was probably the week before, and that whole Trump situation, that's just a
Mm-hmm.
pile of bricks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I seen the video.
I said, what? Like I actually drove by the
Dodge,
shit. It was like
Mahal. Yeah, that shit is done.
I said, wow.
Yeah,
But
they finally dropped.
if you remember the story, Trump was able to get somebody to co-sign what he was doing after he was bankrupt to give him all the money to revitalize the
His
Taj
pops,
Mahal.
his pops used to bail him out all the damn time, man. His pops used to come to the casino and get wild chips and just leave. You feel me? Don't even play no games on that, just so that he would have money in the fucking, you know what I'm saying, in the tills and everything, so that they could, you know what I mean, gamble and do what he needed to do because he was just losing money. He's great at losing money. Great. Everybody
And
thinks
this,
he's a wonderful businessman. Yeah, he's a good businessman. If you want to lose money, or go to jail. You know what I mean? He's great at that because all the people around him, all his cronies, people, his partners in crime and shit like that, they all locked up or facing charges or about to be. But
oh
everybody
yeah,
don't see that.
because that investigation, although you might not hear about it too much on the news because we got all this other stuff going on. Like there's still investigations going on the back end. Like there's a lot of them. It's
Oh,
sitting there and we're just sitting in. If you look a little further, shout out to Smart News because I love what the hell they send me all the time. And I read it. I'm like, damn, if you didn't send it to me, I wouldn't know nothing about it.
yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff going on.
Keeping you on point, huh?
Yeah.
Smart news. Shouts out.
So what else going on? Yo, we got the
Police, huh? So what?
uh, we got the Ti tiny joint going on. We got
Oh
a
my
lot of
goodness. So another three women I think have come forward to say that they were. I think one of them says she was trafficked in Nevada somewhere. Another one says she was forced to take a pill, and then they had, I guess they had relations with them, and then I forget what the third one said. But the thing about it is, none of these people are coming forward and showing themselves and coming out publicly and saying this is who I am, and the case and this is the incident and blah 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 whatever. Everybody is speaking through their lawyers, you know, which leads me to believe that it's a money grab.
and I could definitely rock with you and agree with that. If you ain't showing your face, I remember no face, no case, right? That was the real big slogan back in the days, no face, no case.
Yeah,
If you ain't and if you didn't see my face, you can't come at me. If you ain't showing your face, that means it didn't really happen.
yeah,
Um because if you was really about that, if that was that situation, you was gonna be there on Front Street. And anybody that's coming forward definitely wants to be that poster child of that incident.
Yeah.
So I think it's just one of those things. You can have people saying, "Yo, we got accusations and XYZ going on," but if you not showing your face, I think it's real fictitious.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion, and that's my prophecy and profits and when you coming for the money or you coming for that bag, you gonna figure out how to get that bag with the least amount of repercussions possible.
Yeah.
And that's what you're gonna do. And there's a lawyer sitting there, and he just finding people to sit there and say X Y Z happened. Look, I don't think, and if you ask me personally, there would never be a situation where those two particular individuals would have to force somebody to take a pill
Do
to do
anything.
it.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
you're
Man.
bugging. Like for real, you're tripping.
You know who they are. You know what I'm saying? They both famous. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like Tiny ain't famous on her own. She was in Escape. You know what I mean? They both famous. They both, got money. So if you around them, it's because you want to be.
Right. And so
And my main
you probably brought the pill. You probably brought the pill with you.
oh, he
Like
bought them bills. Exactly. So can
right.
we
And
do this?
oh look, I got that new good. Like it's to me it's just wild the way it goes down, and because we're not the ones that control mainstream media. Of course it gets put out there the way it gets put out, so we're sitting there and we're being force fed how they want to depict the situation.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let's not forget too, man. Celebrities are victimized also, man. You know what I'm saying? Some certain people are predators and you know what I'm saying, they just trying to, well, gold diggers, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? They just trying to get a bag. And they don't really give a fuck how they get to the bag. They just trying to get a bag. By hook or crook.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that good people gotta get thrown under the bus and defamed in order for somebody to get a bag. I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna destroy somebody's reputation and possibly tarnish their image and fuck up their career, fuck up their money for you to get a bag one time and be done? That's grimy as fuck, man.
And then the people that really do that, it's crazy because they'll have to do it on multiple occasions
But make
because
a career of it. Sure, you got to. You got to.
because you got no respect for the money. You don't even know how to grind for it. So you want to come for the people that actually grind for this, right?
Uh-huh.
That
Yes.
can sit there and make it 1,000 times over, right? We sit there and we could talk about Ti till we blue in the face, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Ti was a dope boy, right? He said it himself. I was a dope boy. I did this. I was in the streets. I had that going on, and everything else. And that's a true story of starting from the bottom. Now we here type shit.
Yeah.
So like I'm here and he's able to do certain things. The with his music, he's made millions. With his real estate investments, he made millions. And he probably made some big bags in the street too, you know?
Allegedly.
Allegedly supposed. And I love it when
I don't know about no statute limitations or nothing, so I'm gonna say allegedly.
well when you sit there, you gained everything, and they hit you with that Rico, with the Rico laws and
Oh
all
man.
that.
Oh man.
And my man, no lie, my man just he was he came home after a long bit and went back into his name resonated, and the Alphabet Boys always heard his name come up, but he
Yeah.
was gone for so long they never knew who he really was. But his name came up so many damn times that they was like, "Yo, who the fuck is this guy?" Right? He came home, went back over there, was like, "Yo, I'm home." Those dudes was already on the surveillance. His name popped up, lights.
Yeah.
When I tell you light like spotlights, like we at a concert.
Yeah.
he got locked up again for stuff that he did prior to him getting locked up. I said, "Oh my goodness!" Yeah. So that's supposedly allegedly shit. I understand why people say it so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't want to get nobody jammed.
Yeah. So what we got next before we bring our guest in? Because he's in the building.
He's in the building. No, he's early. We ain't even played no music.
Yeah, we ain't get to play no music yet, but I know he in the building. I can't wait to chop it up with him. All right. We see you. We definitely see you. We know you're here. But before we bring you in, we gonna chop it up. I know you got some things that you want to play, my man Rec. So what you got for the people? The Transformers is hitting you up right now, though. You just
and he's moving at speed.
The stop.
Yeah, top down, man. We can't even hear you right now, right? But here we go. We about to get it. I'm about to drop something for y'all.
It's mind twisted, my district. Divine sixes, get in line with it. All black PH fitted with the design did it. Niggas been sleeping for years and I ain't fine with it. Mathematics, turn rappers to acrobatics. I hit them with automatics. Tempers a little backwards, but shit ain't adding up then. I'ma get to subtracting. I laugh when I let off at niggas, yeah, I'm a bastard. Social studies, approach your buddies, woke the dummies. Fake it and poker money, poking bears, I poke your bunnies. Spanish class, vessel be cool or kiss my ass. I punch you in your face, pick your teeth about the grass. I caramba, hit niggas with the La Bamba. That's the Mac if you asking. Now I'm attacking you, blasting. Give a rap, you a has-been. Shit, in fact, you got bad friends. Nobody wanna hear that shit, that weird ass shit.
Brooklyn, you heard? Cause I rap aluminum bats around niggas' heads. Brooklyn, you heard? Cause I rap aluminum bats around niggas' heads. Brooklyn, you heard? Cause I rap aluminum bats around niggas' heads. Brooklyn, you heard? Cause I rap aluminum bats around niggas' heads.
According to your live by your certified slang, as you recognize your live, you recognize a couple things. It's that nylon, flammable nylon, to the flow, to your point with a price line, with a price line, it's mean whenever it's inside on the side on, let by gun, then you get fight on. The beat is killer, I do whatever the tuner says. Shoot that off, I'm thinking I'm Johnny, so always, so that's the bar, yeah, that's the always stay on always stay on guard, I can shoot it out like Selena in the bottom, dead in the middle, literally, out in the room, in the room, see, realistically, imagine the energy, solar high electricity, we ain't fit for this industry, it's better not to mention me, or it's gonna be your attention, I see you flinching, set it up,
cause I aluminum bats around niggas' heads. Cause I rap aluminum bats around niggas' heads. Brooklyn, you heard? Cause I rap aluminum bats around niggas' heads. Brooklyn, you heard? Cause I rap aluminum bats around niggas' heads.
Yeah, and we back,
I,
y'all.
I, think I think the feds is fucking with me. How did my shit go out right before I'm about to play a song? How did
Yo,
that
you
happen?
went to play. Everything just went sideways.
That's
Like,
crazy. That's crazy, B.
yo, every.
I know I got the camera off, but I was
But it's cool. But I already know that the feds be messing with us all the time. All the
Yes,
time.
Gremlins because it can't be Gremlins every week. You know what I'm saying? Every single time, B. I think they know I'm gonna play some shit that I'm probably not supposed to play, but it's all good. It's all good.
So good. Well, I just know when the Alphabet Boys is watching you, you gotta be doing something right. They can't connect it.
And
We
that's a
can't be
fact.
connected to things. So that's just what it is. So yo, we about to bring in the guests, and you know, I know that he got a lot to say, especially with his caliber of work and a lot of the things that he brought to the table and what he's been doing. So I can't introduce him better than he can introduce himself. So we about to bring him in, and I want him to tell you just everything about him real quick. So this is where we get into this interview. So here we go, y'all. What up, my G?
Peace, peace.
What's up?
Peace, peace, peace.
Yo, tell the people who you are.
Well, the name I'm going by now is Merkaba. That's a recent thing. I used to be called Merc Versus was my stage name, but I'm a underground hip hop MC from the Midwest, particularly Indiana, which is a rare spot for my brand of hip hop that I do, which is beckons back to the classic age, or they got classic rock, so I consider it classic hip hop. From back like in the '90s, late '80s, early '90s, the boom bap style, more like a a Renaissance type feel. Kind of sticking to the basics, the traditional side of things, and that's pretty much it. I've done a lot of shows, a great deal of shows. I perform with a live band regularly. Before I embarked on this new project I'm doing, that was my thing. I was performing with a live band, doing a lot of stuff throughout the Midwest, and sharing the stage and the studio with some underground, lesser known greats. I mean, classic hip hop. Like I just did a song with Fruit Quan from the Gravediggers, the Gatekeeper. I just did a joint with him. I've been dealing with some Wu-Tang affiliates, Solomon Childs, shared the stage with people like Obi Trice, Devin the Dude. I just try to stay busy and do my music and just, stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at, so I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be a slouch about it, but I'm not trying to really venture into territory that I don't totally understand or have a grasp on,
And
My uncle always find one thing you do well and do it.
right, and the way that you just spoke about it, right? You have a level of humility to you, right? Because you didn't. He was like, yeah, I worked with this, I did that, I've done this, but still humble with it. Like you're not poking your chest out.
I believe in that. I believe in humility. I think that a lot, with hip hop comes a great ego, a large ego
Right.
comes along with hip hop. So it's like, just to be an MC, you have to be braggadocious. I'm not saying that shouldn't be in it. And I know you're probably not either, but I think that the element that's missing sometimes behind the scenes is the humility. Not to be fake, but on the stage, you got to be braggadocious and egotistical. But sometimes you got to humble yourself around those that have more knowledge than you, or have done more than you, or more experience than you, or even in the business world, those that have more money than you, because they know how to make it and they know how they got it. And you want to learn from them instead of trying to act like you already got it figured out.
That's a fact.
So that is a true fact, and especially with the way social media is today, right? People put on this perception of, yo, I got it, I don't need you, don't even talk to me,
Right?
and they put all that out there, and they don't take the time out to listen. But if they did, the things that they're putting out on social media for everybody to see, it could be actually their reality versus something that is fictitious on their pages.
No doubt. I think that's a great topic you touched on, because a lot of times if you're true to yourself, it's going to show, because you're, like I said, when I first started out this interview, it's like, I know what I'm good at, so I stay in that lane. Not to say I can't grow and I haven't evolved over the years or learned anything, but I know you got to be a specialist, in a lot, in certain things. That's where people become successful, is when they know their specialty, if they're good at something. And sometimes when people don't want to admit that they're not good at something or they are good at something, you know, because there might be something that's not exciting, you know. I'm actually looking into starting a business for my sons. I'm a full-time father. I've had full custody of my sons for about a decade, you know, so I'm looking into starting a landscaping business to, you know, employ my sons. And you know, we have opportunities with all these stimulus checks flying around and everything. I want to invest in, you know, buy a little equipment here and there, you know, a little minivan or something. And, you know, so I can show them the value of $1. And it's boring work. It's not glamorous work, but it will pay the bills. And shit, if you want to be an MC, I'm sorry, I didn't know if I could cuss or not, but
man, of course.
All right. But if you want to be an MC, I mean, why not rap about mowing the lawn? If you dope, make it dope. Do a video of you mowing the lawn or clipping the hedges, you know, just rhyme, have some ill rhyme, a real rhyme pattern, a dope beat. MCing is MCing. It can be about anything, whatever you know, like water, like they say, whatever container you put into it, it fits that container, you know.
Yeah, yo,
I'll tell you one thing really quick. When you finish, I'm just gonna say about starting that business, man. Don't matter really what you're doing, man. You're starting your own business, and that's the most important element of that.
No doubt.
Because what I do know is you can't get rich working for the next man. You can only get rich working for yourself. Picking up what I'm putting down.
Exactly.
And you know, and I appreciate what you said, and I hope that people really resonate with it. You said it might not be glamorous work, right? But it's something that you're starting for your children, right. Building that legacy and being able to move forward. Mm-hmm. I'm a true believer in that, like totally a true believer. You know, there's times I get on there and I'm like, yo, ain't nobody out there doing what I'm doing. Y'all can't even mess with me.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But that's part of the whole entertainment aspect of it. But if you speak to me on a personal level, I'm like, yo, I need to know what you know, so this way I can be better because I need to learn something every day. You know, I can do that if I'm cocky all the time. Like, I'm not going to listen to you.
Some of the illest dudes I've known in life are some of the most down to earth people on a personal level, but they get down for their crown. And some of the illest guys that have done some of the craziest things in life that I've ever encountered on a personal level, if I've met them, if it's people I know personally, they're super cool, like laid back, you know, they only know when it's time for action, the action happens. But you know, there's different areas of everybody's personality. And sometimes I think when people look at the industry, they think that they gotta be on volume 10 all the time, you know, but you ain't like, when you're making a sandwich at home, you ain't acting like that. Or when you're trying to teach your daughter or son to ride a bike, you ain't like that. It's like, I think some of that, bringing forth some of that real human emotion is people like Nas do sometimes in songs, talking about children, you know, like I Know I Can, or like he's got that song about his daughter, about fathers and their daughters. It's like that resonates with the community because, you know, we've been programmed as Black men to be like animalistic or look at ourselves as animalistic and not have all the different aspects to our personality. And, you know, and I think that's really selling ourselves short in terms of our artistic legacy that was passed on to us from those before us.
I want to ask you a question. Well, what was the reason for the name change?
Well, with Merc Versus, I went through like a situation with COVID, right? Like I didn't have COVID, but I'm saying when all the lockdown and all that weirdness started happening, I was.
It's all right. If it's all right if you did, just putting that out there.
No, I didn't have it. No, I didn't have it.
We don't want that's why they might have it to be like, oh, so what's wrong? I have it. Oh, you know.
No, I would tell you if I had it, but no, I didn't have it. But I knew people like family members that had it and stuff like that. But it was like a transformation because something happened, you know, because I'm a working class poet. So I had the job that I had before COVID. I lost it during COVID, but I worked there for 5 years and I was a machine operator, you know, working class. And I was using music to supplement my income. You know, I would do shows on the weekends and sell music and stuff like that, sell CDs and online and vinyl. I'm doing vinyl now. But it's like, it was like a change. I needed a name change. And plus they had that Versus competition. My name was Merc Versus. That was the name I went by.
Right.
That's got a whole story to it. But I was like, I didn't really want to be on Merc Versus, you know, because that name had already been used. And then Merkaba, to me, it means throne. It means chariot in Hebrew. And I've studied the Bible all my life. I'm not religious or spiritual. That sounds strange, but it's true. I mean, I just studied the Bible. But it's a chariot, it's a vehicle, and to me, it's to transform you from point A to point B, like in your life, like it's a journey. Life is a journey,
Right.
and I felt like I was turning over a new leaf, and I just had new energy. And also due to COVID, I lost my old gig, my full-time gig, and it gave me a breather because it let me see, you know what, I'm gonna hit this music real hard instead of making it supplement my income. I'm gonna go like dedicate more time, all my time into it, and you know, try to set it up and promote. And that's, you know, part of the reason why I'm talking to you guys is because, you know, platforms like this help artists greatly, you know, get exposure, you know. And yeah, it was just time for a change, a transition in life. And I thought it was I mean, my name was Merk. People still call me Merk. That's my nickname. It's been my nickname since I was young. But it's just I put a new twist on it, you know.
Okay. All right. I like
and I definitely appreciate that, because being able to reinvent yourself, especially being in the game, you know, nobody wants to start over.
Right.
Nobody wants to start over. So you said that he was like, yo, this is my opportunity. This is the time for me to do something different.
Right.
Put myself out there and do what I do. Right. I'm good at this. This is what I'm good at. And there was always the saying, you could be, what was it? You could be, oh fuck, I done forgot it while you was talking. I had it in my head, but it was, you know, people tend to want to be the master of everything.
Right.
But when you want to be
the master of all trades or master of none.
Right. So that's exactly what it is. And you're like, I'm not going to try and say I'm great in everything. I'm gonna focus on what I'm great at.
Right.
And that's where greatness happens, when you realize, yo, this is what I do. So this is what I'm doing. I'm a shit talker. I could tell you, I could talk shit all day. Yeah, I'm a master at that. But I'm never gonna pick up the mic talking about I could rap. I could give you one bar. That's it. That's all I got for you. One bar. I can't do it. I definitely can't do it. You know, like DJ Shawn Wreck, like he spent records. I sit there, I fuck around with some shit. I could make some chugga. I can do that, but I can't do what he does.
No doubt.
And I think once we understand we need to play our position, especially in this entertainment industry, we're able to be great. Like, you have a label, production company. Like, there's things that this album that you just put out, that's all under you.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you have a certain ear and everything else to what you're putting out. And like you said, this is what I'm good at. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you know, and another thing about that, as far as me running the production entity and everything, is that I just got tired of from that angle. I got tired of waiting on people, you know.
Right.
I've dealt with some pretty great producers. I mean, I had a group called Bedlam Brethren with this cat out of Harlem. He calls himself Hollow Christ right now, but his name was Udi. That's his nickname. He's a Puerto Rican cat. He's a close friend of mine from East Harlem, and me and him met at a hip hop show in Indianapolis, because I'm from Indiana, and me and him connected, and we did a whole album like within a matter of months and put it out, and it got a really good response. It's got like C. Ray's Walls on it, and Thurston Out the Third, Chief Kamachi, Philly, and who else we got on there? We got Kevlar 7, God Bless the Dead, Bronze Nazareth's brother from Detroit.
Wow.
And we had guest features, and we was connected with all these cats, and it's like, so I'm not saying the producers I worked with before weren't good, but what I'm saying is it's much easier for me to create things myself and be self-contained. I can move a lot faster. I can make decisions quicker instead of waiting on people. You know,
Right.
disrespect to the other people that I worked with before. I'm just saying.
Yo, and I can tell you, the last 2 weeks that I had, I'm an individual that hates waiting on people.
Right.
I'd rather do things myself. That's why a lot of the things that I've dealt with, I created, because I'm like, yo, I can't wait for you. I could do this, and I invest in myself.
Get her down. Get her down.
Yeah,
Get her down.
You got to.
You gotta get it done. Right.
So tell us about the Messiah complex.
Okay, the Messiah Complex as a concept album. I had people get on me in the past, like my friends, my close personal associates, get on me in the past about going too far with the concept thing because everything's got to be a concept. Why is everything got to be a concept? Well, I just do it that way. But like with the Messiah Complex, it's basically when you come into the rap, not even the rap game, the culture of rap, because you don't necessarily have to be in the game making money off of it to be a part of the culture. You can be a fan. Before you become an artist, you become a fan. That's how you learn. You know, if you see DJs and you're like, whoa, that's dope. I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that someday. You know, I remember before I knew how to read, I looked at the page and I didn't know what the word said. I was like, I want to know what that means. So, you know, when you're outside looking in and there's that mystery to it, you know, it's like it kind of grabs you. And then when you get involved in it, which I did, I got to the point where I thought I could change the world. I came in there wet behind the ears, like we're gonna do this and we're gonna get in here and flip stuff and turn stuff over. And it's like it's not a disenchanted type opinion, but kind of it is. The Messiah, right? The Messiah complex is thinking that you can save the world and then realizing you can't. It's a complex. It's almost like I would say even like a mental disorder to for someone to come into something saying, okay, I'm about to run this, and then when it doesn't really go according to plan and you realize that there's a lot of hurdles to jump over, it's not a defeating thing either. It's not like giving up. It's just realization of you're not all that you thought you were. You humility, like you said earlier, it's about being humble. It's about like I was forced to humble myself because I realized that this ain't easy. You got to find your lane and you got to learn. You know, you got to crawl before you ball, as they say. You know, a lot of people don't know that. You know, if you're a working class person, if you have a restaurant job, you start off on fries. You don't start off as the owner, the CEO or the manager or general manager. You start off, you know, flipping burgers. So you got to work your way up the system. You know, and sometimes some people, the ego allows us to think that we might zoom to the top. And some of us, those that are super, super duper talented, super connected, and the stars are aligned, right? That may happen. I'm not downplaying any of that because those stories do happen. But me personally, it was like a complex. It was like me learning about myself. So that's what the concept is based around. And also the album, the theme album, it has Jesus Bible type, you know, a theme to it, you know.
And really a lot of the stuff that, like, one of the main singles is
Kiss of Judas.
Right. And I was just looking at it. So let's talk. I was just looking at it and then I'm listening to you and then I was like, wow, I knew what I was going to say next. But Kiss of Judas.
Got that brown.
Yeah, the brown, right? I got Poland Spring bottle with the brown.
That brown water.
I got the brown Poland Spring. So with
the brown water.
Title, because I'm sitting there and I'm looking at a lot of the titles of your songs that you put out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they hit the titles of the songs hit real deep. So I really, as you being an artist and you putting out music, I really want to understand that because, of course, the stuff that you're saying and the stuff that you're touching on is not just real vague. Like it's very, very direct. Like, yo, I need you to understand where I'm coming from with this.
Right.
So what was your process in that?
Well, with the Messiah complex, how that process started as far as this album, I've been a student of, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a religious person. I like to consider myself a person that's striving to do the right thing in life, like most of us are, I like to say. But I grew up around the Bible, and I've never been to church per se. I've never been like a church going person all my life. I wasn't raised in a Christian home. I studied Islam, Christianity, Judaism, all the same, but I was real familiar with the Bible. So the stories, as I got older and started to understand a little bit of the stories, I superimposed what happened back in the ancient times over today. And I was like, wow, life is the same. Human beings act the same way towards each other. Finding love, losing love, betrayal, war, all these things are still happening thousands of years later, So I'm looking at it like it's a historical document. So also the relevance of it is me just thinking of MC. Nobody really says MC anymore. And it's like, rappers, everybody's called a rapper now, and it used to be kind of MC in the 90s. And I was like, let me think of an ill word for MC or word for the abbreviation MC, and it was the Messiah complex. Being an MC is like coming into it thinking that you got it all sewed up and you got to fight your way to the top, and maybe it don't always turn out that way. Maybe you end up crucified, you know. And that's not to belittle anybody's religious, you know, if there's Christians listening, I'm not trying to, you know, trivialize what they believe in by any means. I have respect for people in their faith. But for me, in my personal experience and my personal journey, the creative process when naming songs and coming up with concepts is basically real life, except I try to look at it like from a deeper perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like Kiss of Judas is about being betrayed. We've all been betrayed, you know, and I could apply it in a real life situation, like as far as regular life or music. I've been betrayed with music associates as well, and most people can relate to that. And it's and also that's in the Bible. So, you know, people were getting betrayed thousands of years ago. It's about the human experience, basically, is what I'm getting at. It's a long-winded way to say it. You know what I'm saying? And I try to do it, paint it in an artistic way.
No, and that's what being an artist is, right? You paint it the way you see it. And what I have realized over the years, right, there's a focus on religion, but it has changed to the fact that we're not focused on the religion as much. The word spirituality is what it is, because, you know, on the station we have a reverend, but she doesn't focus on one particular aspect of religion, and she looks at it as spirituality.
No doubt.
She has studied it, just like you said, Buddhism and Judaism and all these different things, Christianity, and the way she paints the picture is, yo, your spiritual toolkit, right? What makes you whole,
right?
We're going to talk about it on an aspect that's not really directed to one specific thing. I'm not going to disrespect your belief, like you just said. Right. What you believe, we're going to rock with it. We're going to move with it. But hey, just listen to what I'm saying right now, because we can all come together on His word. Just opening up the Bible, it doesn't, the Quran or the Bible or whatever else you're going to open up. If we sit there and we look at it with open eyes, we're able to identify with a lot of things. Because it's the same. Yeah. It's the same. It's just the way somebody wrote it down might make it seem a little different. But as individuals, just like when it comes to music, you're going to speak from what you know.
And I think a lot of people's religious experience is based upon the fact that we need some kind of, you know, we have sports events we go to together. We have music that we all, you know, we might have like a Super Bowl party or whatever. We need group events, and that religion is a more serious or personal group event. But we do that, you know, we do things in large groups as human beings, you know, and that's a deep part of a lot of people's lives. It is kind of we're getting away from that. As far as a society, it's less and less important. And like I said, like my album is not really necessarily trying to be preachy by any means. It's just more so an artistic interpretation of the Bible in hip hop form. And it's not Christian rap. And I don't consider myself a member of any particular faith. You know, it's just the artistic vision that happened to be inspired by the Bible, you know.
Okay.
So you want to get into this just join real quick? You want to play it? You want me?
Yeah, I'm about to play it right now. And I just and we gonna go to a straight camera view of just you.
All right,
that's what we gonna do.
And don't say and don't sing along with it, because the audio is gonna mess with the audio. Yeah. You always got to tell the artist that, because they start singing along and it be people like, yo,
that's crazy. So yo, just vibe with it, rock with it, yo. Yeah. But we about to play this joint. So before we even play it, I just want to reintroduce yourself so people know who you are.
In case you just logged on and locked in with us.
Yeah. This is Merkaba, and this joint coming up is Kiss of Judas off the album The Messiah Complex on Dark Ages Music Group.
Here we go, y'all. It's the spot.
In the River Jordan, gon' clap, guys. Here's your trigger warning. Don't ever covet a bigger portion than what's deserved. You can observe when the picture's forming, like liquor pouring straight into your liver organ. But you can't tell you nothing, you a thug dude, thinking you above the law and only God can judge you. All of your enemies so easily are subdued, but the struggle inside of you is a blood feud. Dirty devils and angels of mercy wrestle, snitched on the Son of Man fan for 30 shekels. Disciples are eating at the last.
Uh-oh. P Money. Did we lose P Money? Oh, wow. Okay, hold up. Brett got to save the day.
And most people think that Judas went out and kissed Jesus to identify. It doesn't say that. It says he went out to kiss Jesus to betray him.
It's live.
Identify.
It's not.
So, that's interesting. Because even the mafia today, when they're going to kill you, they do the
He'll be back.
Bad faith actors betraying the truth with lies against the righteous. The Savior was crucified, sin that condemned as the traitor when Judas died. The end was fatal, a suicide, born up in Bethlehem on Christmas morning. 1 John baptized in the River Jordan. Gun gon' clap, guys, here's your trigger warning. Don't ever covet a bigger portion than what's deserved. You can observe when the picture's forming, like liquor pouring straight into your liver organ. But you can't tell you nothing, you a thug dude, thinking you above the law and only God can judge you. All of your enemies so easily are subdued, but the struggle inside of you is a blood feud. Dirty devils and angels of mercy wrestle, snitched on the Son of Man fan for 30 shekels. Disciples are eating at the Last Supper, sipping wine. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine. Lies and deceit everywhere, living slime. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine. Mic and a beat and a sheet with a written line. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine. Yeah, I gotta get rid of mine. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine. They secretly hate that I'm this royal. Some of your best friends are just faking and disloyal. Once you let them enter the gate, then they dig soil, and that's where the venomous snakes in the pit coil. Like a protester speaking at rallies, my written word is heard on the street in the alley. From the highest mountain peak to the valley, season finale when I exercise the demons around me. They want to get enough currency, lying through their teeth is how they give it up, perjury. I'm laying in the cut, surgery, watching as deceivers try to mix you up thoroughly. Listen to the wisdom I speak, losers that play greasy only win if they cheat. Foolish people are a gift to a thief. Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss on the cheek. Disciples are eating at the Last Supper, sipping wine. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine. Lies and deceit everywhere, how you living slime. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine. Mic and a beat and a sheet with a written line. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine. Yeah, I gotta get rid of mine. Life's full of demons, I gotta get rid of mine.
Yeah. Back, y'all.
Back up.
And that was the Kiss of Judas, right?
We
Yeah.
can see how-
Yeah.
Right. Well, we pulled out the semi-auto on that one. That is all right, one more.
Yeah.
That's just what it is, and the way that it hits, it's I appreciate you and it's you coming on the show and us actually speaking about something, right?
Yeah.
Right. I could definitely say that I appreciate you being educated and us being able to carry a conversation the way that we were able to, because I think that it's going to hit a lot of people different, right? The way you make music, the way you do things it has nothing to do with what's popular.
Right.
Right. You're not sitting there and I'm a fan of hip hop, but there's certain things that I really can't rock with.
Right.
Like your chorus is your whole song.
Yeah.
Like you're not saying nothing to me, so why the hell am I listening to you?
Right.
And being able to put those elements in, and the Kiss of Judas, and then we had that movie that just recently dropped. I can't remember, but it was something Judas.
It was Judas and the Black Messiah.
Judas and the Black Messiah, right? I saw it in theaters in the whole pandemic situation.
Right.
And I went, and it was like that was something I needed to see.
You know what's weird though is that's a total coincidence. That was not inspired by that at all. That happened just out of just like dumb luck that movie came out with the same Messiah and Judas and all that.
Oh,
But I like it because the story is legendary and it's tragic, you know.
yeah.
It's cool, but you know what killed me?
Great minds think alike.
Yo, but it's crazy when you put that out there on Front Street, right?
Yeah.
And people have no choice but to either like it, love it, or leave it alone. And I don't even remember what artist said that shit first, but I just remember that's the influence of hip hop on me. Like it or love it or leave it alone, right? Brand Nubia?
Brand new.
Okay.
Leave it alone, yeah.
Right. So it's one of those situations where I was like, yo, I need to see this movie. But at the end of the movie, the influence that individual had with that movement, he was only in his 20s.
Bro. Fred Hampton Jr. I mean,
and it was like they don't even realize the power that we have. No, they do realize the power that we have in us. That's why they try to keep us down. And we sit there, and when we have our show, for some reason, when certain things are about to happen, we have the craziest things happen on the show. Like when I tell you, like trying to get the message out to people, like we get shut down playing music, just talking about certain things.
right.
We used to talk about Trump all the time, and for some reason, every time we talked about Trump, everything would go left. All of it. It was the truth.
Just start cutting out.
You know how it is out here with the internet, man. Like you could do it. I know you could do a whole show about that. Like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like you go to the search Google and it'll be like you having a conversation, your phone sitting over there, you go to hit the search bar, it's already pops up. Like what?
Yeah, right. We talk about it now. We already logged in. We in the algorithm somehow. Like, and I think that, you know, because you're so focused and what you say about your music and just who you are, it's always gonna resonate. Right? I would definitely tell you never change who you are.
Yeah.
Because stay original to you. Me personally, I don't think I could ever see you doing some trap rap or anything like that.
Hey, you might be surprised. I could send you a link to a trap song I did, and it sounds genuine.
Yo, we would love to hear it though. Like we
can also do it. P. So he can also do that.
but it is as we're speaking, you know, we talk about, yo, this is what I do great.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying that you can't do nothing else, but you do great.
I feel what you're saying.
So when it comes to the titles of your tracks, like I was sitting there and I was intrigued by the titles of your tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was super duper intrigued. Like it really was one of those things that had me thinking every time I read a title of your track. Like I was like, yo, I need to listen to this because I want to hear what you got to say.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we don't in the current atmosphere, we really don't get a lot of that.
Right.
It just everybody want to party. I get it.
Sometimes you can slow down. You might be slow down, like, you know, and check out some of my music. You know what I'm saying? You might vibe out to it a little bit more. You know, like just smoke a little and just kind of just let the vibe take you. You know, that's why. Because I mean, I put it to you like this, not to interrupt you, but like, you know, one form of music I know you can groove to that also has a message is reggae music.
Oh,
you know, they could be praising Jah, but you can groove to it.
I probably made a baby or two to one of those.
No doubt. Yeah, but
everybody froze. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know if that's me or that's y'all, because ain't nobody moving. But we gonna sit there. We gonna keep it talking. So
they got Rasta's got music.
The feds done plug themselves in one more again. Everybody,
you heard?
Yeah,
I said Rasta's got music that they smoke to specifically, like just to like smoking music.
Yeah,
You
no
feel
doubt.
me?
And be dropping knowledge too at the
So,
same
yeah.
time.
Yeah, man, it's about vibrations. It's about the vibrations, man. That's what they, you know what I'm saying? Real rosters, that's what they do, man. They blaze that shit to get enlightenment, to get, to have yeah, to have sessions. That's why they call it a session, because everybody sit around together and and blaze and build, and you know what I mean? Like take it to another plane. That's what it was about.
So maybe my music is like the hip hop angle of that, because they're religious oriented too in their speech. So I would say that maybe that it's not reggae flavored music. It doesn't have a reggae sound. It's that same wavelength,
Yeah, that same heart, that same vibration. I feel you. Yeah, no doubt, man. It's all about how it touches the people, how the message is received, and of course, how you convey it is important. Right. But you know what I'm saying. As long as the message is received, I think that's the most important thing, man.
No doubt.
How you come across. Yeah, you did the was that you on the production on that one?
Yeah, I did the production on that joint.
Okay. No, any other producers involved with the album? You solo everything?
It's all me on this one. Yeah.
Man, Shawn. He said that's it. He said I don't need no help on this one.
Nah, I'm good.
He said I'm getting all that bread when it comes back, P Money. You heard me? I'm getting all the bread. I got 2 sons. I ain't trying to fuck around. I gotta get landscaping stuff. Yeah. Look, we need to get a riding mower. I'm not playing.
No doubt, exactly. That's where exactly you hit the nail on the head with that one. No pun intended.
Yeah, man. It's not a game. It's not a game, P Money. What else you got for him, P? I know that brown got you feeling good.
Nah, I'm always feeling good. Always feeling good. Right. So on the Messiah Complex, we got 10 tracks, right?
Yeah.
So if this was, I want you to identify that track that you want the world to hear, right? Because we hit the Kiss of Judas, right? But I know that there's another one that on this project.
You want to know what's your favorite one on there?
Your favorite?
I would say the one that I want people to hear at this moment right now is probably I Can't Save You.
There it is.
Yeah. All right. Yo, so we're gonna play that for the people. So just tell the people who you are one more again.
All right.
And introduce this next track before we play it.
This is Merkaba, and you're gonna be listening to I Can't Save You from the album The Messiah Complex.
Yeah, on the spot. Here we go, y'all.
Father, will you listen to me? Are you still there? Will you listen to a selfish and faithful son? I fought you when you called. I resisted. I thought I'd know more. I didn't want to be your son. Can you forgive me? I didn't fight hard enough. Father, give me your hand. I want to bring salvation. Father, take me back. Make a feast. Welcome me home. I want to be your son. I want to pay the price. I want to be crucified and rise again. I want to be the Messiah.
They were thinking I was just another lamb for the sacrifice. They were thinking I was just another lamb for the sacrifice. They were thinking I was just another lamb for the sacrifice. Son of man coming back to life. Triple stage darkness in the artistry. I'm casting light. Penetrating blackest night. Belly of the beast at the feast with an appetite. cross on the back of Christ. Heavy is the crown on the head of the Jesus piece. Taking crown to the head on the evil streets. Heavy guaps, heavy drop, cooking that. Ready rock, Betty Crocs, stove top, stuffing the machete chop. Betty Wop, trap queen, stripper with a sweaty wop. Betty Boop, spitting venom at him, nigga. Eddie Brock, Trump era, wicked politicians, everybody woke. Opioid addict with a habit for a shot of dope. Concrete shoes, bad news, and a lot of smoke. Bada bing, never let a body flow. You all let the concubines and pretty dollar signs enslave you. I once thought that I could save the world, now I know I can't save you. You all let the concubines and pretty dollar signs enslave you. I once thought that I could save the world, now I know I can't save you. Not born of a virgin, but conception is immaculate. With the turban like the messenger of Nazareth, re-emerging like the resurrected Lazarus. Roman centurions are threatening and hazardous. Time ain't on your side, it keeps flying by. So-called friends don't want to see you eye to eye. Are they really down? Do they want to ride or die? Leave you high and dry. John 11:35, the Messiah cried. In the chapters and testaments of the Bible, why have you forsaken me is what he said, and I can try to be chosen like Moses on Mount Sinai. That's not my label or the essence of my energy. I make a table in the presence of my enemies. You pray to angels for the blessings of divinity. I ain't your savior, that's the message of my ministry. You all live concubines and pretty dollar signs enslave you. I once thought that I could save the world, now I know I can't save you. You all live the concubines and pretty dollar signs enslave you. I once thought that I could save the world, now I know I can't save you.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
we back.
Oh. Wow. Uh-oh. I don't even know what's going on right now, but I know what's going on right now. But
That's the new track.
yeah. That's what's going on right now. Here we go.
All right, there we go. All right.
But that's what I want to say, because as we go through, you know, it's gonna play through your particular website. So before we even continue, what is the website where they can actually purchase and find your music?
You can purchase the album, t-shirts. It's digital, physical, including vinyl, and t-shirts at messiah-complex.com. complex.com.
I gotta ask you this question, man.
What's that?
What made you decide to go ahead and do vinyl as well?
Well, the thing about me is where I'm located is a college town. I live about an hour north of the capital of my state, Indianapolis. I live about an hour northeast, and it's a small college town. And the vinyl on college campuses is a popular thing. It's increasing in popularity. The college kids, especially during COVID, they, you know, a lot of times when they have like parties and stuff, well, at least I know at the college here, and I've done a little bit of research, that it's becoming more and more popular, as well as overseas, like Japan and Germany, France. So to me, it's like a specialty item. You know, it's something that is not common as far as like people at my level. I like to consider myself under the underground. I'm like, you know, I'm striving to
underground
to make it work. Yeah. But like, but what I'm saying is like there was a thing that happened recently in the last 3 years. It's like you got your DJ Muggs and Rock Marciano and a lot of cats are doing specialty vinyl. You know, where they release specialty items and they'll have a limited 300 copy, nice design, colorful vinyl, and they'll drop it limited edition, $50 a piece, and boom, it'll sell. You know,
right.
So but mine's not gonna be that lavish. But I just think I always thought it was always my dream. I grew up listening to actual vinyl records, so I'm like to have my name, my voice on it, and plus there's a market for it somewhat. I think it was a good choice for me.
Well, that's gangster, man. I mean, I like that, and the fact that I'm a DJ, so you know, vinyl is near and dear to my heart. I mean, I definitely. So I can definitely appreciate that.
I can send you one.
Oh, please do. Send me
Got to
to
get
it. Okay.
your info. Yeah, I can get your info.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's what it is, man.
And I think that that's just so dope because being able to target those specific markets, as you said, there is a market for it.
Mhm.
And before you even came on, me and Rec was talking about it, and I'm like, everybody wants to reach the world,
No doubt.
but us catering to our fans or our target market will give us that longevity and everything that we need.
Right.
So you already know, you putting out your music, there is a market for the vinyl. There's people that really rock with it, especially where you from,
Mhm.
right? And just you putting it out is targeting the people that you're around all the time, the people that you rock with.
Yeah.
I just came across records from 1962
Right.
in the studio today in the warehouse that I'm at. And I'm like, yo, it blew my mind. I'm like, I don't know who they are, but they on vinyl. I
Yeah,
would love
Classic.
these joints.
yeah, that's the shit you gotta hold on to.
Yeah, that's the gold right there. That's gold, black gold.
Yes, sir.
Yo, and I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, I ain't getting a chance to Google them, but I just saw the covers and I'm like, yo, I'm
Ooh,
about to rock out with all this.
ooh.
Yeah.
So yo, man, make sure you let the people, give me your social and everything. That's important nowadays. You got to get that out.
Yeah, my name is Merkabah. That's MERKABAH, and you can find me on if you search that, you should be able to find me on Instagram. It's too difficult. They're not gonna remember it unless they write it down.
Well, they not gonna. You say as long as they search for you, they're gonna find you because it ain't
Yeah,
too
Merkabah. Yeah,
out there.
Merkabah. Yeah, it's got the crown of thorns logo, and it says Merkabah across the middle. If you see that, that's me.
Bomb.
Right. And if you look right under his video, it says it in the left hand. No, it's the right hand corner. The right hand corner of your video, the
Yeah.
left hand corner if you watching.
Bang.
Right.
Yeah, you
Just
can see my
make
name.
sure that you sit there and that's the way it's spelled.
Yeah,
Make sure you look, research the music. Right. We got the Kiss of Judas. We got a lot of tracks on the album that you can rock out with.
A lot of verses.
And if you was paying attention to what we just played, and when it switched to the next track, it was a totally different tempo and all that. So you're not gonna get a lot of the same. You're gonna get variations of what this gentleman brings to the table.
no doubt. Yeah, just like even from Kiss of Judas to the second joint you played, I Can't Save You. That's more of a that's got a little bit more of a bounce to it than the first track. I mean, both of them got a bounce to it, but the second one's a different vibe. I try to be diverse in how I present the song, so it's not. I know my flow is kind of a little bit monotone because I come from the school of. I grew up listening to Guru and Gangstar, and Nas and stuff like that. R.I.P. Guru. And it's like I got a monotone delivery, but I try to spice it up with the beats a little bit, and try to change it up as far as my selections.
Well, your palette is definitely, you know what I'm saying, a product of the '90s era, the golden era. You know what I mean, hip hop, and that's always appreciated around here because one thing that we do tolerate. I mean, do not tolerate. Excuse me. Here at the spot is, you know what I mean, subpar bars and lackluster beats and the whole combination of the two. You know what I mean? We herald the '90s era just like a gold plaque on the wall or a platinum plaque on the wall, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta if you're a product of that era, then we expect you to come with a certain caliber, man. So it's refreshing to see that your uniqueness, you know what I mean, and that you are adhering to that and you're trying to bring that back because there's not too many people that's trying to do that right now. A lot of cookie cutter MCs out there, a lot of artists trying to sound like one another, which I think is corny. You know what I mean? You should all be trying to stand out and do your own thing.
Yeah, and I do want to give a shout out to. Well, they don't need a shout out. They're pretty much well known on the underground, but I do appreciate their contribution to hip hop. Is people like 38 Special and Benny the Butcher and Ito and so they have so like coming with that sound because it's kind of like bringing that sound back the renaissance of the sound, you know, where it's about sample based beats and maybe a boom bap tempo on the flows and everything, and kind of a dusted sound. But I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, they say it's a cycle and everything comes back around again. So, you know,
That's so true. That's so true. It definitely is. You know, all
Great
good things.
always.
Like a
It's super,
boomerang, baby. Back like we left something.
no doubt.
and we always come back to it. We always come back to the greatness, and
Yeah.
I love it, and I gotta respect it, and that's why I respect you as an artist and everything that you do. So you know,
Much appreciated, bro.
when we sit there and we do certain things, when we got the videos dropping and all that, yo, just make sure you let us know.
No doubt. I'll definitely stay in touch, and I'll be back. I got some ideas. I got the third quarter. I got second quarter. I got a compilation I'm doing with a lot of Indiana people on there. I got a cat from Miami on there, somebody from Germany. It's like, I think it's like 9 tracks total, a compilation release on my label. And then the third quarter, I got another solo coming. It's an EP. I'm already working on that right now. So
Yeah,
be back.
There it
you
is.
know, we in 48 countries, so we sitting there trying to get all the music out.
That's what's
48
up.
countries, so that's around the world. There's certain places that don't even rock with us. They just like, no, if people listen to your music, we gotta kill them. That's just what it is. Like on some real shit. But it's not here. It's not like that in the United States. But in
Right.
other parts of the world, they listen to your music and they sit there and they bob their head too much, they'll die. But it's just one of those things, and you know, I gotta respect you for what you do and what you bring to the table. And I'm just so glad that we was able to chop it up.
Likewise, bro. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to y'all, and I hope to see you in the near future with some more music.
Oh, definitely. No, definitely. Like,
I be looking for that final too.
right.
Send it through. Same
I'm
connect. Just send it through.
DM me on social on let me see, Instagram. That'd probably be the best way to DM me with the info, like the mailing info. I can send it out in a couple days.
There
Probably
it
take
is.
about a week and a half to get to you.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
post office is on some bullshit right about now. So yeah, everything taking long. Everything taking longer.
Yeah, but yo, we definitely gonna stay in touch. We link, right?
No doubt.
So with the radio station, all that, and everything else, we definitely gonna keep in touch. I definitely want to make sure that when the situation happens, when you got more stuff coming out, yo, we can chop it up.
No doubt.
Like definitely.
Sure.
Salute.
Salute, bro.
Salute, my guy.
AKA Merc.
AKA Merc, right? That's right.
Merc. Yeah, Merc.
Yo, I am my G, man.
100.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Peace.
Later.
Peace.
Yo, so you already know, man.
Midwest,
Like,
the Midwest now. They coming from the Midwest.
the Midwest.
Or is that Middle America? What is that? It's Midwest, right? That's the Midwest.
Yeah, Indiana, something like that. Yo, shout out to my bro here, truck driver. He always over that way.
Yeah.
Like he could probably pick up the vinyl from my G.
On his way back through, right?
On his way back home.
Yeah,
And he
right.
is,
Might have
like,
to
yo,
I have to
go
get
to-
his information now.
yeah, so
Give me that address, homie.
but it's crazy, man, when you have that ambition and you pushing.
Yeah.
And bro, the humble beginnings. Like you were there, the humble beginnings, bro. Like we was there and we was in the closet.
In the closet. In the closet?
In the closet. We
Not
was
on,
on
and pause, not on no other shit. You know what I'm saying? We was
No.
we was literally working out of a closet size.
right,
thing.
literally like
You know,
it
you got
was like
to straighten shit up these days, you know.
it was like a 3x4, 3x5
Crazy.
situation.
It was crazy.
Like if anybody pulled out a measuring tape and what we was able to do then to what we're doing now is totally different.
Staggering.
And you know, I'm never gonna give up on this. And I'm always gonna give love and a shout out to Jay because she pushed the situation. right? You know, you could be great at something, but that's not really what I wanted to do. But like, yo, you be great at this, and yo, you could grind this, you could push this, and
You don't see the potential. Sometimes somebody got to see the potential in you.
right, and to point those things out, and it's like, it's not really what I'm gonna fucking do. I know I talk shit. I could talk shit all day to the ends of the earth.
There it is.
But it was, yo, you realize that you talk shit the way that you talk it, and people gonna listen to you, and the way you bring people around you. And if it wasn't for Jay, we would never got connected in that way.
Yes, sir. Shouts out to Jake.
Yo, shout out to Jay.
So what you think about what we was talking about earlier about Ross and Drake possibly, maybe doing an album together? What you think that's gonna sound like if it comes into fruition?
It's gonna be that melting pot of great music. That's what I think, because it's just, you got Drake that does what he does, you got Rick Ross that does what he does
with the ear,
and then sitting there, we looking at the situation, and you're fucking melting behind it. Like I could rock off. I could rock off with a Drake joint early, right? I definitely rock off with Drake, right? Rick Ross is, like just, like just him doing that. like I'm like, yo, I'm listening. I need to know what's coming next.
Yeah, the combination is deadly. I think with his ear and, you know, with Drake doing what, like you say, doing what he does, you know, he singing, rapping, you know, it's gonna be a problem. And then all they got to do is get the right fucking producers, you know.
And
not these guys that's blowing their horns because they winning awards. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about motherfuckers that's really about that life and care about the sonics of the shit, not just trying to get a bag. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, and there's a lot of that production is always the end result of everything, right?
It's the start and the end. It's the start and the end, man. It's the spark that makes that artist say, okay, I got some shit to write. I got some shit for this, you know, that's written, or they write some shit to it, you know, and then you tweak that shit. The final touches when you go on the master, you know what I'm saying? They're adjusting the music. The vocal is, you know, pretty much done.
Yeah, that, and then, you know, they finish it up. So you got a track you want to play before we get up out of here?
I'll play this damn Freddie Gibbs record that I was trying to play earlier.
Yeah, because we couldn't hear it.
Oh, hold on. You know, P money. Yo. All right. Fuck it.
About 11:40, he started chasing this car, and he has been moving at speeds well.
Hope y'all can hear it.
Miles an hour.
This is
Yeah. Stop down back through city. I stop back through city. Fuck out. Right when it's big time with shit, I keep my whole source like black kind like a bitch. Then the day she get a place that I'm dick. I'm down with them room throw gold down, two so deep sea dive shit. That stick I stay riding with, that glass I stay riding on. I breaks my dope fork, my dope scale, my powder on. Ice cream man, ice cream gon' get pop off like nines on. Say fuck the police, deep and beat up, and I came home, my riding with that package. Top down, right from sit. I step back to shit. Fuck niggas back to shit. Look back to shit.
This is what DJ you don't want to fuck with.
Oh man, I just sat up on the stand and told a lie straight to the old enough to be your daddy, young enough to fuck your mom. All the shit that I have done, I cannot believe it. Come old enough to be your daddy, young enough to fuck your mom, young enough to fuck your sister, young enough to fuck your wife. I ain't messing with your grand. I took the item saying I'm a beast, I'm a dog, y'all a motherfucking addict. Nigga. Tell them pull them up, drop the motherfucking addict, take my shot, y'all like I'm so hot they fanning. I got meals out of Dutch, I got meals out of Atlantic. Niggas know my soul like my crib. This shit full of friends. No bitch, don't you pay? And tell the yard, they're so damn big. I ordered 30. And the niggas claim they got a tool and never use a hammer. Niggas at the stand up. I've been ripping lines up and up a bell of gold. So get the corner, Louis V. and down do it. I just sat up on the stand, told them lies right to I'm old enough to be your daddy, young enough to fuck your mom. All the shit that I have done, I cannot believe in coming. Old enough to be your daddy, young enough to fuck your mom, young enough to fuck your sister, young enough to fuck your auntie. I ain't messing with your granny. I can joke that I can say I'm a beast, I'm a dog. Not a motherfucking addict, nigga. Tell them pull them up, drop the motherfucking addict. Old enough to son you nigga, young enough.
MOP is definitely better, you know.
Y'all niggas are hoes, paint pictures with your flows, but I live it not nearly. Picasso, see me rose through the trenches. Lit, you not, I cleared out the spot on the benches. Tax them, treat them like hip hop dependents. Come on, dog, you a minion, pretending you winning. Rapping, instead of getting you catch me on my pivot. I'm all the way in it, my exquisite is vivid. The platinum package, y'all got limits. Go right this way.
Take a step in my direction.
You're all welcome.
Step in my direction. I'll never treat you wrong. I'll never cheat you wrong. If you wrong, come on. If you're wrong, I'll never cheat you wrong. Even if you wrong. If I can't, it's to put the bullshit into remission. I showed you the way. I told you to play, but you ain't listen. When I spit it, sit in the pit of your stomach. Fucking individual, exactly my. You niggas ready like I'm in the pension. How you a competitor? I'm in a different dimension. It's cool, you got your chat up, the skill. Come missing, to find you with the old heads fishing. Work up. Oh, right this way. Take a step in my direction.
You're all
Take a step in my direction. I'll never treat you wrong. I'll never cheat you wrong. Even put you wrong. I'll never treat you wrong. I'll never cheat you wrong. Even put you wrong.
Fuck you, your honor. I'm in the pool with piranhas. In the ghetto where I got medals of honor. You from Brownsville, right? You got it on you. Right, so it's like American Express. I ain't the nigga you should press. In the no flies, I'm stress free while y'all stress. Remember OG and blow holes through your chest. I vote to get a band from my G. I'm not impressed. You know what it is. Don't get left. Go right this way.
Take a step in my direction.
You're all welcome.
Take a step in my direction. I'll never treat you wrong. I'll never cheat you wrong. Even put you wrong.
There he is. Got your money?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yo, Jamal, I got a girl that's bad. But she don't understand my way. Arguing days after days after days. Well, I see I done had
Sounds like the Lord Jamal. Podcast.
But I'm not doing regardless who you're looking at. Couldn't took that fool, got to what a cut jack. Only your first thing when the telephone rings. It ain't really nothing but noise. You won't to lose your boys.
Now they quick to flip with your head. Ain't with somebody.
Yeah. A lot of the younger viewers and listeners don't know Lord Jamal used to rap. You know what I'm saying? Gotta educate the youth.
Yo, but it's definitely one of those things, man, that hits super different.
You good? They just trying to sabotage you, man.
No, I don't know what the fuck is going on tonight. Like, I really don't.
It's the connection, man. It's the fucking fans be trying to tell you. That's all right. That's all right. We'll soon have the router. Things will be different.
No. Yo, I swear to you, it's gonna be one of those things that we gonna figure out how to run a wire from here to you. We gonna sit there. If we gotta buy the properties in between and run the shit, we gonna do it.
And get a can with a string, something.
Yeah, message. Like I just think, and like I said, it has nothing to do about anything to do with being cocky. Nothing to do with being cocky, but the way that we interact with each other and the vibe and the messages that we put out there. To me, I don't feel like nobody does it like us, right? So the spot is what it is because it's what it is, but it's because we vibe together the way that we do.
And that's it.
Like that's it. It's and I don't like to overcomplicate things. It's like, yo, man, you vibe together. Like definitely vibe together. And that's just something that we do. So we could sit there have we could talk about toilet paper, bro, for 2 hours. but the way that we all talk about toilet paper, right? People are gonna listen because the way that we interact, because it's the way that we mesh together, right?
You say nobody talk it the way we talk shit.
Right, yeah, basically. Just it is what it is.
Give me a social media, homie.
Yo, so you already know, it's your boy Prophet Pete from the city that never sleeps. I just got a cash out notification, so somebody done send me some bread. I don't even know what the fuck that's about.
Right, you was tripping right there. I already did that.
Yeah, so you already know it's your boy PROFIT_radio_NY. Yo, you can hit me up on IG. You could just Prophet Pete, right? That's PROFIT, and then it's PET. Yo, that is my biological name. That's just on my birth certificate. I just want to let you know. Don't think I made some shit up. My father was a G. I'm a G. Everybody after me is a G.
Ever since he was a lowercase G, but now he's a big G.
Right now, I'm a big G. That's just what it is. Yo, my G.
And of course,
you
can find your boy on the gram, DJ Shawn, recognized DJ SHAWNRECOGNIZE. And you can find me also on Twitter, which I don't be on much, but I need to step my Twitter game because people keep telling me they hitting me and I'm not getting the messages. So your boy's gonna get with it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on me. Just get with me. It's DJ Shawn Rec, DJ SHAWNREC, but only my friends call me Rec. So you better recognize.
Gang. And we out of here, y'all. Respect. Yo, catch us in 2 weeks. We got some shit for you next week. We're gonna chop it up. We out.